I have like the whole receipts from ESPN and SportsCenter from day after day, time after time. Actually, they're like, "Yo, we seen you blowing up on TikTok. Yo, we seen you blowing up on Instagram." It was just like my video was just everywhere.
What's up, guys? Today's guest is a world-renowned tricker whose viral clips have amassed him over 1.5 million followers on TikTok. Please welcome to the JAMCast, Shaquan Parson. What's up, man?
What's going on, yo? What's going on, Travis? Nice to meet you, man.
You too, Doug. I mean, you're one of the few guests where I'm like very humbled that you took the time to sit down with us, even though we haven't met in person. So thanks a lot, brother.
You're so welcome.
Heck yeah. And where are you located at right now? I mentioned off screen that you had a dope background, but like, where are you currently at?
Oh, my location is in Atlanta, Georgia. That's why.
Are you born and raised there, or did you move there later in life?
I moved here later on in life. I was actually born in Connecticut.
That's what I had heard. So I was curious about that. How old were you when you moved to ATL, and what was it that took you down to the South?
Not really remember. I'm giving you an approximate, age limit. At least 6 years old. Not over that.
Okay. That's cool, man. And so like all of these clips that we see of yourself training in the last few years have all pretty much been based down there in the ATL?
Yes, sir.
Amazing, man. Well, we're going to have to talk off the JAMCast too in the future because, I'm not trying to jinx ourselves here, but I'll kind of let it be known to the world too. But we are looking at opening the second Jam in Atlanta right now, so.
Oh, hey, you already know I'm coming.
I'll get to come see you fly in person. It'll be dope. So, yeah, that's amazing, man. And so, yeah, like I said, man, I appreciate you making the time to come on here and do this and talk to us and stuff like that. You're a really cool figure in the community because I feel like I've obviously known about you for a long time through the martial arts community, but I feel like a lot of people really just kind of got turned on to you literally within the last year or so during a pandemic because of the clips that you're putting out online.
Yes, sir. It's actually kind of pretty crazy. To be honest, I actually never knew I would actually kind of blow up off of this a little bit. I thought it would be like, say for instance, go to college, 9-to-5 job and all that, et cetera, which is not bad, you know what I'm saying? But like, I want to do just much more than just that. I want to actually express myself. So when I found tricking and whatnot, I expressed myself a little bit much better than I was before. I was able to like balance it out, time management from college, tricking, doing what I have to do outside of it and everything. So like, I was able to like balance it both. So I was really excited just to like learn the sport in general. And plus I fell in love with it.
Man, it's so crazy. And now obviously we're going to talk about all the stuff that you got going on right now, but just to take people like a little step back, how old were you when you got into martial arts and what was it that inspired you to start training? I
started martial arts when I was 7 or 8 years old. And to be honest, what really actually inspired me, it's pretty obvious because people have been in the circuit as well. I'm pretty sure you know about a tournament called the U.S. Open, correct?
Of course. It's the big one on NASKA.
Basically in 2007 on ESPN, my dad actually came into I came into his office, he's like, "Yo, Shaquan, come here." I was like, "What's up?" I was just playing video games and all that, etc. But when I came in, I saw martial arts, people started doing stuff. I'm like, "Oh, shoot, there's martial arts on TV and stuff." And then I just saw like different types of people doing tricks and stuff. I don't know, like particularly the people that were doing it or not, but like there was just martial arts and added tricks to it. I was like, wait a minute, tricks and stuff and flips into martial arts, which I've actually never knew in my life. And I was just like, oh my God, I want to try that out. And another inspiration was, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know what I'm saying? Love that show. Yeah, that actually inspired me too. And like when I got into martial arts and stuff, I learned the basics from white belt all the way to black belt. Didn't get my black belt until I was 13. And then, I progressed on, and then I wanted to go ahead and try tricking with it. And again, that was a really hard road because I'm gonna tell you right now, every tricker knows that when you first start, you suck.
100%, Doc.
You suck completely. So like, I fell. I had some times when it's a funny story. It's funny. But I would literally sneak outside sometimes because it'd be like freezing cold. This is when my mom was living in 2017. not 2013, but like back then when I was young, I would do flips in the front yard, just sneak outside when I'm like bored or something, doing my homework, and I try to do a cork and I fell in, and then my dad and my mom would become like, "Come inside the house." I'm like, "Oh shoot." It was all finished. Go back outside, do a cork again. I fell, busted my butt. So like it was consistent training off of it. And I'm just glad I'm, part of this journey just to keep growing from the sport. That's what I love about it.
Hell yeah. And just to give some people some perspective, like you started martial arts like 7, 8. How old are you right now? And how old were you when you started officially tricking?
Well, how old I am right now? I am 21 years old. I'm still young. Don't y'all say I'm old. I'm 21. I'm still going. Well, I started tricking when I would say 12 years old. 12 years old, I started tricking. And again, lots of bumps and bruises off of it. Try to learn from a cork, double cork, swing through cork. It's a long road. I sucked.
Oh man, it's so crazy to see. Like a lot of people just see the end result now of like all the clips online, but they don't know the journey of 9 years of falling and putting in time and stuff. And so like when you originally started tricking, like did you have anyone that you were training with, or were you always solo training like a lot of your videos are?
Yeah, I actually been training with. I have a few veterans that I've been training with. And first person that actually got me into tricking was actually Austin Crane. Because he lived in Atlanta.
Legendary.
So that's when back in the day, elite martial arts came out and stuff. So he was one of my biggest inspirations. I've always wanted to trick like him and stuff. And he's the one that actually taught me how to do like half of the stuff right now. And then not only that, Malik Shepard, who's from Atlanta as well. He's one of the boys. He's the one that got me much more into this than I was saying. Because, I didn't really know I was actually going to be good at it. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I kept training. It's just, off of those two motivational people, it helped me out. And then throughout the NASKA server, everyone knows about that. My boy named I'm gonna go ahead and shout him out, Alan Davies. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that inspired me to get even higher off of that, off of my tricks and stuff. Because again, I didn't really have that much power into my legs and stuff, so I wasn't really able to reach up to my full potential and whatnot. So not only that, just the whole people that were doing tricking in the NASKA server and outside of it. That's what really inspired me. Those are the people that actually inspired me to get to where I am now.
That is super cool to hear, man. And those are some really cool names, because I feel like those are names that aren't necessarily heralded by all of the tricking community. But if you're a NASKA competitor, man, Austin Crane's been in the circuit since he was a little kid, And so for me to hear that is really cool to hear it all come full circle, that he inspired you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Hey, Austin, what's up, man?
Exactly. And so is martial arts the only sport that you pretty much have focused on? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I've seen clips of you in football gear, or maybe on the field.
So when time went by, ninth grade, my freshman year, whatnot, I was still tricking and whatnot, but trying to get into I was high school, so it was time for me to grow up a little bit from just tricking and whatnot, and actually focus on trying to get a scholarship in school and whatnot. So I transferred from tricking and martial arts into football, and not only that, it actually helped out a big. Tricking and martial art training, all that, it put a big toll onto football, because it helped me train so much. I was running back, I was a cornerback, I was this and that. So there was some times in, practice and whatnot, I would, take my breaks or whatnot from football and then go into tricking one day. And then, because here's the saying that my mom would say: if you don't use it, you lose it. So that's one thing for sure that I did. I practiced both, so I was managing both at the same time. And I got me 56 touchdowns my high school career. I trained for martial arts, tricking, gymnastics, and football.
Okay. And how long did you do gymnastics for? And was that something just to supplement your tricking to get better at it? Or is it something that you did kind of before martial arts and stuff?
This was after martial arts. I wanted to get into more because I was I was an active kid. I wanted to do more than that. Gymnastics actually helped me a lot to maneuver myself into these different types of tricking moves that I wanted to actually get into. So I was maneuver myself how to do this and do that. And, learning off of tutorials as well on Instagram and on YouTube as well. So that gymnastics was a big, big helpful thing.
That's cool, man. I didn't know that you did gymnastics. That's really cool. Did you a competitive team, or did you just go there just to kind of learn skills, or did you go to a certain level?
Certain level and just learn some skills, to be honest.
Okay. That's cool, man. And now, like, your involvement in martial arts and stuff like that, like, obviously I've been able to see the other side of you off social media where you've competed on NASKA and you've competed on the martial arts circuit. What is your favorite thing about competing and what drives you to continue to do so? Because this is a topic that we've talked about with, like, several other, people on the JAMCast before, where the sport karate scene is not as big as it used to be. So it's really cool to see like individuals like yourself like still going out there and competing. So what is it that inspires you to continue to push?
There's three things, but the one most important thing that really inspired me is my mother. She's the one that actually kept me into doing what I gotta do. She said, "Don't stop doing what you gotta do, because one day, you're gonna be big off of this." And I believe there were some times I didn't, but again, not to just put myself in a spiritual way, because I know not everyone's spiritual, but God helped me out through that. But she always told me to keep going. And then the competitors at NASKA, seeing them just evolve each time, they didn't win one time, but the next tournament they came back even stronger. And that's what actually helped me out as well. Just seeing them grow, and that put myself in a mindset. Okay, I gotta step my game up. I gotta get to where they at, because if I don't, I'm not gonna get that title that I want, or get that prize money.
Yeah.
So those two, really supported me the most. And then just not only that, they're tricking community as well. I love them as well. I love how y'all, supported me throughout this, even when putting in different types of tricks into martial arts moves in competition, trying to stay in that one mat and try to execute it as best as I can without stumbling and a little fumble when I. So that's what actually helped me out. So those three really helped.
Okay. That's cool, man. And now, as far as competition goes itself, you're kind of at a transitional age right now, where obviously you're in the adult divisions. Are you still have goals and planning on continuing to train for martial arts competition, or do you think it's something you'll phase out of?
Yes, I'm still trying to train off this. I'm not gonna care throughout this COVID situation. Boring as heck. God, competition wise, I've been I'm staying ready for it. When the first tournament comes up, I know there's gonna be some in the summertime, so I'm being prepared for it. But obviously I don't want just the fame to take over off of all this stuff. I'm not gonna let this fame to take over my competition. I'm not gonna let competitions take over what my goals have to be in life for real. So again, I know if I go there, people are like, "Oh my God, that's Shaquan." But hey, first of all, just so y'all know, I was a competitor just like y'all. So treat me like that. Don't treat me as just a celebrity, high status person. I want to be just like y'all still. Y'all still inspire me. So if I see y'all pushing, I'm gonna push myself as well.
Hell yeah. And do you have any specific goals for your sport karate career? Is there some title that you've always been chasing or something you always wanted to achieve?
I mean, I know I got one NASKA circuit. I want to get at least maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 more, because I know Danny Aiken, Mackenzie Emery, Tyler Weaver, all of them, they have so many titles. I want to be that type of person too, and not to just put that out there. How can I say? I want to be one of those type of people that didn't just give up on the sport karate circuit, and is actually still going and actually doing what he got to do to make it.
Okay. And at this point in your sport karate career, are you the only one in charge of developing your own forms and music and stuff like that, or do you have anyone that you use for mentorship or just to bounce ideas off of?
Yes. I'm pretty sure you know him or whatnot, but my coach named Kodak Ray, I'm actually on team level for him. So again, he's, oh my gosh, that man. He pushed me a lot, and then I got my teammates as well, like Gunnar Breed, Julia Plucker, everybody from Jesse Gray, everybody, the whole team, been helping me out with that. They would actually give me ideas off of my sport martial arts, what I can do to beat this guy, beat that guy. Try to assemble both of them in a small minute of time. And just push it, And my biggest goal is to again, I want to inspire, I want to motivate people, not just on sport martial arts and sport karate world, but in the world in general, like from the UK. Because I already know, like for people from the UK, everybody's just like, oh my gosh, Shaquan, like you inspire me and stuff. Like sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, but I stay humble with it because again, like that's how I was raised. I don't want to be cocky with what I do. Like I know I'm not the best tricker. I'm not. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm not the best. I can't just, go outside and just hit a double back like that, like Tanner Witt and everybody. Shout out to you, Tanner Witt, you're the best. Again, like I'm not the best, but like if I can, get to the level that they are at right now, then I'm cooling. That's what I want to do. I want to keep going. I want to keep going throughout this sport.
That's inspiring, man. It's really cool to hear like a humble opinion from someone yourself like that. And what's funny to me, man, is that like obviously we're gonna get into all the stuff and the attention that you're beginning in the present day and things like that. But I feel like the first time I really got exposed to you was in 2015. And I think this is you. I got to make sure. That's why I want to bring this up. But there was a clip that went viral back in the days, and it was a dude that was sitting in his bedroom, and he's filming a guy doing some tricks on the grass, and then it cuts back to him, and he goes, "My neighbor's a Power Ranger."
Yeah, that was the first viral video right there. 2000, I think it was 2000. I don't know. I don't want to just put myself out there. I don't know. Like if y'all can find it, that's cool. But I think it was in 2013, 14, or 15.
Wow.
Those years. But yeah, that was my first viral video. And let me tell you right now, people from the NASKA circuit, from chicken community, like, is that you, Shaquan? I'm like, that's my neighbor. That's my house. What the? Yeah, But yeah, I was just in the middle. Funny thing is, I was actually getting ready for AKA Grands, in Chicago, and like I was trying to pull something out, something real quick. I'm like, all right, because again, everyone was getting good. Everyone was getting better, so I had to step it up. So I went ahead, hit a little cork swing through, double cork to knee. You know what I'm saying? I had to get on that Danny Akins, level. I had to get it in. Yeah, that was the first video.
That's funny. And so I've always wanted to know, man, like, how was it the first time that you saw it? Like, did someone bring it to your attention, or like, did you scroll and see it yourself? Like, what was the first time you saw that video?
It was actually brought to my attention. I think it was Connor Simon. Wow. He sent me that. He sent me that video. I don't know. I'm talking about it, but like, he's the one that sent me to me. Like, yo, Shaquan, is that you? I was like, on Facebook. Again, that was my house. I was like, what the heck? I thought I was on some Star Girl shit. I was like, oh gosh.
That's wild. And so, and then my second question I've always wanted to ask, have you ever met that neighbor of yours, or do you know who that guy is that put the clip up of you?
Yeah, he's right there still. He is chilling. He is cooling. I don't know how, she a little shake and bake. No, I'm saying.
Oh, that's crazy. So you actually have met him, though, over time. That's pretty funny.
Yes, I have, and then he was just like, "Yo, this viral went big and whatnot." And like, again, I thanked him because like off of that, I got some exposure. I mean, not so much exposure like I have right now, but like just little bits of followers and little bits of contacts and whatnot that that came through and didn't come through. So again, I was thankful for him. I was actually, I was like, "Wow, you actually did." It's the fact that you're able to zoom that far with your phone, like.
True story. I didn't even think about that till now.
Oh, I don't even know. I think that was the iPhone 6, 7 that came out, and the quality was good.
Yeah, you're right. That was a long time ago. I can't believe it that it zoomed that far, to be honest with you. I honestly never really thought about that until you pointed it out right now. That's funny.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's cool, man. And now, obviously, with that being like one of your first viral clips and stuff like that, a lot of people didn't necessarily know who you were or who to credit because it was just, you and training in your yard and stuff like that. I'd say like one of the first times that you started to get some real recognition, as far as the one that I recognize, was April of 2020. That's when ESPN's Tik Tok actually like reposted a clip of you training. And I think it was training like in your neighborhood again, right? Like where was that clip based out of?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I feel like I'm not saying that you're incorrect.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious which one it is. Yeah.
So the Instagram name, the person his name was Q Survivor, and he's the one that
Q Survivor.
Push up. Yeah. Travis knows, man. Travis knows. Yeah, he's the one. Like, the funny thing about that one is that my cousin in Florida. She's cool. If she sees this, shout out to you. She's the one that actually sent me the video of like, yo, Shaquan, you should try this out. I'm like, wait a minute, he did push. I'm like, what? No way. And I was like, you know what? She was like, you can't do that. I was like, bet. I did the same day that she sent it to me because, like, again, like, I wanted to get myself out there before anybody else did. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a do it now or it will never be viral type thing. I'm not saying, like, I guess that's how the internet, if you do it, then you got to do it the next day or whatever. But I did that. It took me a while just to get it, like, get it done and whatnot. So, like, I tried a little bit on grass, and then I just took it to my, like, little parking spot right there and just did it. And I was just like, oh, my God. And I was, not only that, I'm not going to cap to you, when I did it, I felt a little bit of my hair just, I was like,
I made it.
Oh, God. I made it. That's it. That's what I'm saying. So after that, I literally just edited it out, posted it super quick or whatnot. Like, it's not going to get nothing. And again, it was on TikTok. I did TikTok first and then Instagram. I was like, there's no way it's going to blow up. Next day, 9,000 during notification. I'm like, dang, my phone.
Started blowing up, man. Yeah, that was crazy, man. There was a time during that that I'd say couple week span, maybe a month or so, maybe two, where you were just like continuing to like level up the challenge, doing it in different like starts and finishes and combo variations.
Oh yeah, because like again, like I wanted to get to the next level and shit. And off of that little like that little clip right there, I was like, okay, let me up it a little bit, So I did like push up position. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna capture you. I don't even know what it's called when you do that. We never
the yoga pose thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Freaking Webster step out, touchdown raise, Iron Man full. I was like, oh, I did all of that because, like, again, off of that push up position, you're using a lot of strength. So it's a lot of strength just to do that a little bit. And not only that, just try to get a step out of it and go to something else. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I did it, but I'm just like, thank you, Lord. That's it.
And now, before we get into any other like clips and stuff, then there's so much to talk about. I do have to ask you because I feel like everyone that's watching your clips has to want to know the answer to this. So all of the clips that we see where you're like in that little thin sidewalk, or we see you training out on like the grass, that's literally just right outside your house?
I'm looking at it right now. It's right
there. That's crazy. So you literally are you just capitalize upon it because you just have open area around you. Like, do you find yourself preferring to train out there just because it's so close and you can go out there quickly? Or has it become something where you're like comfortable using it as like a workshop?
I've been comfortable for that. I've been comfortable of those two spots for years, to be honest. Because, like, again, like, pandemic wise, or when I didn't have a car, I would just train out there. That's literally my little training station right there. There's a lot of history off of that when it was ripped up grass, hurt my ankle, bust my elbow, almost hit my head. I was like, oh my God. So there's a lot of history right there. And like so many people are like, I want to train there. I'm like, you sure about that? It's like, it's kind of hard. Yeah. Just I did a lot of stuff in this little area right here. My mom and my dad seen the hard work, and my friends when they come down the street, like, hey, you want to hang out? Hey, hold up, let me do my double court real quick. All right, let's go.
That's crazy, man. And so, like, what percentage of time do you spend between gyms and training, just like out in the front right there?
For like right now?
Yeah, like let's say like right now, yeah.
Okay, so for me, I make up at least maybe like an hour or two, just in case. Like if I don't land, like again, like every tricker's mindset. If you don't land it or you touch your hand on the ground, just doing, you want to like, nah, we gotta do that again. There's no way I can just go out like that. I land the trick, but you literally just touch your hand on the floor, like slice it off. No way. But again, yeah, 2 hours at least maybe. So off of the tricks that I do, I actually just make them up. I look at literally movies and stuff. People would like show me poses of like, Green Arrow or Spider-Man doing this or doing that. They're like, what about you try that in a flip? And I just like, imagine it, like look at myself actually doing it. And then I just go ahead and try it out just to see where it goes.
Okay. So pretty much like a couple hours a day, almost every day you find yourself training. And do you mostly find yourself training outside, or how often do you actually go to like a spring floor?
Oh man, I haven't really been to. The last time I actually went to a spring flow was actually last year of December. That was the last time, and everything else was just on grass and stuff. Like, I try to make sure I'm careful with the moves. If I'm actually able to land them on grass, all right, cool. But like, if you think about it, half of the moves that I try, they have to be on spring floor at least. Like, again, everyone's always telling me to do a double back on like grass and this and that. I'm like, and I'm just gonna be honest with everyone. I wouldn't say I'm ready for it yet because, again, I haven't really trained because, other than that, because of COVID when so I can't really get to the gym when but like, there's no such thing as I'm not gonna do it, but I will do it. But I'm just gonna, I'm gonna give y'all a little season off of that, a little sneak peek of what's gonna happen when I get on the gym floor.
Exactly, Jamlanta, baby, here we come.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Lord.
And so, like, what does it feel like when you actually, for someone that trains so much outside on grass, what does it feel like when you actually hit a spring floor? Do you feel like an insane difference in the height you're able to get? Like, is it scary? Is it beneficial? Like, does it help you more? Like,
man, I'm out of control. I'm gonna tell you right now because I be thinking like I have to pounce as hard as I can on ground because, again, I don't have spring floor and I won't get that height that I want. Oh my God, there's a dog. Let me stop.
In your training spot?
Yeah. When I'm on gym floor compared to that, like, I punch even much harder because, like, oh yeah, when it's spring floor, I'm going up. Yeah. I'm going up. I love it on spring floor, but like on grass, I have to just be a little bit more, more consistent and more power off of that because, again, like, can't really bounce that hard off of the ground. So if all the tricks that I try to do, it's off of power and off of strength.
And it's kind of funny because, like, you are pretty much, like, very well recognized and known for your explosive movements and being able to elevate yourself so high you can hit these incredible poses. But it's funny that you mentioned that you honestly didn't take advantage of your power that much until you were inspired by people like Alan Davies, for example, and stuff. So what was it that kind of took your jumping to the next level? Did you do any certain exercises or cross training, or was it just years of practice jumping that actually got you to get to this point?
Okay, so 1, years of jumping, and 2, my dad was actually a really world-renowned like bodybuilder and power lifter. So of course he got me into working out. Let me just tell you, my whole house is kind of like athlete wild.
Break it down for us, man, because I think that would help break it down for us about your family because I think that would explain a lot.
All right, so my dad was a powerlifter, so he was basically the athlete too. He did every type of sport. He did jiu-jitsu, powerlifting, soccer, football, baseball, basketball, all the sports that you can actually call about. My mom, she was a track star. That's how I got the, thick thighs, save lives. But, yeah, and then she was actually a gymnast before she had me. She actually was going to go into the Olympics before she had me. But, like, again, as soon as I came in, trying to be a mom type thing, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy. So,
off of that, all of those, genetics from both of them actually, transferred, to me to actually get to where I am. And, like, again, my dad was really strict off of working out. So when I was young, like maybe like 6, 7, 8 years old, I would literally be pushing maybe like 25-pound weights, trying to get myself right. He was trying to get myself, ready for the world and stuff. And if I wanted to become a, weightlifter, football player, and off of martial arts, that took a toll as well because, again, I wasn't really like that strong type thing. So, of course, I worked out like at least 2-3 times a day, at least with my dad. Because, again, he was a powerlifter. So I just put myself in that mindset of him to, push myself and my mom as well. And, if I didn't get a rep right, she'd be like, do it again.
Wild. So you come from like a pretty athletically inclined family. That makes a lot of sense, man. And so at this point in your life, like, do you cross train as well in order to maintain your physique or build muscle? Or are you pretty lucky that all those years of being a kid that you just kind of have a naturally really built body?
Both. I actually do cross training, and I'm trying to get myself into that because everyone wants me to do like athletics. Oh, I think I said it right. My bad. My language. Athletics. Doing different types of things to get my, my body from upper to lower body. But yes, I do still work out. I've always done that. Before I called you, I was actually working out, at the gym. But, yeah, off of those years of like, just training as a kid as well, actually, they really paid off as well. So I thank my dad and my mom for that as well, for pushing me to get to where I am now.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. It probably as a kid was probably felt like really tough, and coming from a household where my parents were both my martial arts instructors, when you're a kid, you kind of feel like a little burned out or like, man, this is really difficult to have all this pressure on me. But as I got older, I take a step back, and I'm so thankful and blessed that they pushed me to the point that I'm at now. You know, it's like invaluable, all the knowledge and stuff they made me do as a kid, just kind of like your parents made you like, push your body physically, and now look where you're at.
Uh,
That's crazy, man. And so, along the lines of like everything that you've accomplished and stuff like that, I'd say one of the next major milestones in your short life thus far, but one of the major ones would be being featured on SportsCenter by ESPN itself in June of 2020, man. And what was that like, and how did you find out you were going to be on SportsCenter? Did they contact you, or did you just see it on TV?
They actually contacted me through DM. Everything else, I have like the whole receipts from ESPN and SportsCenter from day after day, time after time. Actually, they're like, "Yo, we see you blowing up on TikTok. Yo, we see you blowing up on Instagram." It was just like my video was just everywhere at that point, and they contacted me. Of course, like who's not gonna say yes to ESPN? Who's not gonna say yes to SportsCenter? So, of course, I want to take that time. I want to get myself out there. That was the way right there. That was my make it way type thing. I put myself in that mental. So, and when that blew up, just followers and Instagram posts, like my followers just going up like every second. Like I was at like 1,000, 2,000, maybe like 7,000 followers. And then I just hit 10K, 20, 30, 40. And now I'm at 178K. Who do you know, except for a rapper or somebody else that's really well known, hit that many followers in a few months in that day, unless you're like, rapper and stuff.
Yeah, and what's even crazier is that you have 178K on Instagram, but on TikTok you've amassed 1.5 million right now.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Like, let me have the same like followers and put it on Instagram too. Like, I'm humble. We still working. We still getting to the bag.
It's amazing, man. And so, like, right now, do you? I have a bunch of questions, obviously, because like this newfound success has really elevated your platforms to where you have a lot of eyes on yourself right now. So, do you find yourself like feeling more pressure now that you actually have these built-in audiences to continue to shoot more content and put stuff out regularly?
Yes, it is actually a really, from that situation, like, I really didn't know that I was actually gonna get that many followers and so much attention. But yeah, it is actually really, really hard. I'm not gonna say there was some times like I was depressed off of that. I was, because people would bring out the negative energy from survivors, like, little push-up position, like, oh, you're not doing it right, he's a phony, you're this and that. And I'm just like, yo, what? And not only that, just triggers. I'm not saying nothing about the trigger, but like, triggers in general. But like, yo, I did that literally like 2 years ago, but yet you blew up. I'm just like, can't really do nothing about that. Like, the audience liked it, like how I was doing and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure because everyone's like, DMing you to do this, DMing you for sponsors, DMing you for this and that. And yeah, it takes a really big toll from that. And like, trying to, for my friends as well too, they'd be like, you're too famous for us, you're too big to talk and stuff. I'm just like, no, like, for me, if I ever get big or verified, please do get verified on Instagram. I'm never gonna change up for the people that actually help me out, like you right now. You're helping me out. I'm never gonna change up for that. There's no way. And like my friends and family, like I love them, and they see me hustle to where I am now. And I want to make them proud. I don't want to just, be out there and be a bum like everybody else type shit. I'm not saying everybody's a bum. But, again, like, I just want to be out there and, spread my sport, our sport that we're in. Because everyone's always saying, I don't know if you've seen it on ESPN, but not ESPN, but SportsCenter. Everyone was so down when people said hardcore parkour. I was like, oh, my God. There's no way they just said parkour off of this. Am I jumping off a building? No. I like baby pain. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, I want to spread myself out there, and tell people like just because of where you are and stuff doesn't mean you can't push yourself to where you are. You can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. As long as you keep yourself going, as long as you hustle. It doesn't matter what trick. It doesn't matter if it's the hardest trick that you've done and you fail so many times. Keep freaking going.
Yeah. 100, man.
Keep going regardless, because that's the hustle of it. I love it. I love the grind off it. Like, that's why off of my excitements and stuff, like, people just don't know. I spend at least maybe like so many hours, or I have my time crying off of a move that I really want, and I really want to show y'all so bad because I put in so much dedication and hard work off of that. So again, with the screaming and stuff, yeah, I know it may seem unnecessary to like everyone and stuff, but like it's just the feeling of landing that one trick, because everyone knows when you land a triple cork and this and that, the excitement comes in because you worked so hard for it.
I was literally just going to ask you about that, because that was one thing that I started to see a lot of, which was in the very beginning, I feel like people were very supportive of how hype you got. People were like, oh, this is dope. Like, look how hype you got. And then over time, as your following continued to grow and you started getting more attention and more eyeballs on you, it almost started like flipping the script, where it kind of became like a negative thing, where people were like, oh, he yells every clip, like he's faking it. This is not a genuine video. He's obviously staging his excitement. But, like you just kind of explained, like, it's a genuine, fulfillment of landing these moves. And a lot of times, are you out there just filming by yourself, just with like your camera and a tripod, or like?
Okay, so here's the ghetto thing about it real quick. So I have a little stool. I'll have like a water bottle or something or whatnot. I do it like this. It's the stool right here, right?
Yeah. And that's it.
That's it. That's all. That's the secret, y'all. There you go. You thought I was gonna have a tripod? No. I just do that and I go ahead and go for it. But the hardest thing is that when I'm filming or whatnot, I try to stay like all the tricks that I try to do. I try to keep it in frame, because so I train off of that. That's one thing for NASKA, when I just like keeping it in frame, keeping it in that small mat. That actually kind of put me in, because I want to like show all the movements from slow motion to no slow motion at all.
100. And so like when you're out there, how do you stay motivated training alone? Because that's something I've talked to a lot of other high-level athletes about on the JAMCast, where some people say that they prefer training alone because it allows them to like experiment without other people judging them. And then other people like myself have even echoed how like, it is very difficult sometimes to get out there and continue to motivate yourself without having someone else alongside you. So how do you continue to motivate yourself being solo all the time?
It is difficult. You're right. It really is. For me, what really motivates me to like, just get out there is, my mother from above, of course. She's the one that, told me like, you may not have no eyes on you type thing, but I know she has her, eyes down on me, regardless of what I'm doing out there or whatnot. But she's the one that really, keeps me motivated. And not only that, plus like, if I don't land the trick, I'm like, oh, yo, I gotta train. Like, it gets me going. Like, hey, yo, like, we can bust this right now. We can put this on the internet. We can get this done, bro. Accomplish this move and get to the next one. Like, let's go. Like, that's how I hype myself up. I hustle. I grind off of it. I just go do it. Like, say for instance, right now, if I want to, I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm gonna bust this thing.
Yeah, see, I think if people take a step back and put it into perspective to think about, you're literally out there just sessioning alone the entire time, that obviously if you have no one else around you to hype you up or to congratulate you, if you land something, you're going to feel hype because you're your own cheerleader, you're your own audience.
You're like the only one out there.
So. Yes, sir.
It makes a lot of sense, man. And so along the lines with like all of the, praise that you've been getting from people and stuff like that, like, have you felt any pressure in a negative light from within the community itself? I know you kind of touched on in the sense that people would say like, oh, I landed that years ago, but you're blowing up and things like that.
It comes time after time a little bit, some people be like, oh, you're not the first one to do that. Oh, you're not this and that, which I understand, it's cool. But like, it's just that for me, I need evidence type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like no one's wrong about it. Like, I did this, but you're saying that you did it, but like, where's the evidence in it? Where's the video type thing? But I love it regardless. If you say that you did it, I believe you regardless. But like, again, in everyday life, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
100%. So again, like, yeah, I have some pressure sometimes. People say I do the same trick or whatnot, but like I add, more, twist to it or a little more into it. Like, say for instance, I got a friend or whatnot. He was saying there was never such thing. I don't know what his name is. It was like Aspirant. I forgot his name. He would always do those standing like tucks or whatnot and staying like straight up.
Yeah. Aspen Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to you, dog.
Yeah.
You're my inspiration. He's my dog. He's always inspiring. He's always inspiring me when I'm depressed or whatnot. So on. So, yeah, that's how it is. Like, I don't want the tricking community, like, just paint me off for that and be like, oh, he's just doing that for a clout. You should have never got big off of that and stuff. Like, it's just that, God told me, it's my time to get somewhere. And, I blew up off of that. And I just kept going off of it. Like, everyone sees my grind. Everyone sees this. Everyone sees that. Like, and, like, again, like my friend said, there's never such thing as a perfect jackknife. Everyone wants that perfect jackknife that they want, or a perfect 540. That's why I would literally make videos off of that. I'll make it off of it. Doesn't even matter if it's there or somewhere out of town. I'll make sure my 540 is good. I'll make sure it's clean. I'll make sure that I want it to be in the tricker's eyes. Like, okay, that was clean. Like, type thing. And if you want to critique me off of that, okay, cool, and I'll fix it. We'll keep on going.
Okay. No, that's a cool mindset to keep. And now at this point in your life, like, are you chasing any specific tricks, or what is it that continues to like develop your style into the style that you're building right now?
Well, I got 3 right now, and goal wise, like me, I want to become an actor. I want to be a stunt man. And I mean, I'm not just saying just stuntman, but I actually want to be an actor as well, because, like, again, I'm well spoken. I know how to, put myself out there with expressions, putting the low up, like putting my voice up or down. And, like, I've always just been inspired. Another inspiration was Michael B. Jordan and Chaz Boseman. As soon as I seen Black Panther, I was like, oh my. And 3 tricks I'm chasing after. So I'm trying to get 3 Websters to Star, because I'm pretty sure everyone, like, saw me do 2 to Star one time. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm trying to get, because I have a lot of Star moves out of that push up, because again, like, I haven't wrote down this stuff. I have mindset. Triple cork again. I landed it like in 2000, maybe 18, but here's the sad part. My phone died.
That's happened to so many people, man. I've had other people on the JAMCast talk about their triple corks first time not being on camera or the phone died. It's crazy.
I was like, yo, you're going to make a black man cry. I was sad.
Oh, that's devastating, yeah.
That one, and then, another one, maybe Star, like, push-up position, Star into split, or that one, Star, double Webster Star into split. That's another one. I'm just, again, making ideas up, going into it.
And now, with being someone that everyone watches and has so many eyeballs on themselves, who do you personally watch?
Who I personally watch? Oh, man. I watch so many people. But I can give you at least maybe like a few. One, Jose. Oh, my God. Freaking. He's still Bailey Payne. Love him. What's up, baby?
Yes.
Michael Guthrie. He's one. He's another one. Michael Guthrie, Malik Shepard, and again, Asprey.
Yeah, Aspen Tree, but his real name's Aspen Eadlin.
Aspen Eadlin. Yeah. I'm trying to chase after that. Standing double full, because I can't do that crap for it.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's super cool, man. It's really cool to hear who you look at and who inspires you and stuff at this point in your career. And now, with that being said, like, obviously social media has become a huge part of your life. And are you still going to school right now, or what's like an everyday week like for Shaquan at this point in your life?
Yeah, I wake up maybe like every morning before I go to work. Again, I'm a freshman in college at Georgia State University. And I work for UPS. But hey, gotta get that money somehow, you know what I'm saying? Money off of that. And, part full-time martial artist, full-time actor, full-time tricker as well. So that's my life a little bit, and a dog lover. I got a little dog.
What kind of dog you got?
I love Chihuahua. I know. I get it. It's a small dog, y'all. Don't hate on me. I love my small dogs. Like, I get it. Y'all got big huskies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's funny. I got a Chihuahua mix too. He's just chilling in the bedroom right now. Heck yeah, man. That's cool. And now I'd say one of the most recent things that kind of got you some attention and something that I would, be remiss to not bring up and talk about was you actually had an appearance on the Kelly Clarkson show.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh yeah.
And man, what was that like, and how was that different? Because a lot of the other times, on ESPN's Tik Tok or Sportscenter, they just repost a clip of you. But this was actually, you on a national television stage where you actually had the opportunity to speak and kind of tell your story. And what was that like?
It was a freaking lesson. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I never thought I would me get on TV. There's no way. And I have to shout out to my friend. I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure you know him. He actually talked to me about you as well. His company is called 1DS.
Yeah. I'm actually signed. I'm signed with 1DS also.
Yeah, so I have to shout out to Sam. He's the one that made that happen for real. It's just kind of crazy because I never really thought I would actually be on TV. They say Kelly Clarkson or whatnot. Of course, I believed in everything that he helped me out with. Yeah. For real. It's just that it's just an honor to get there, and I'm trying to get myself more out there and whatnot. I was able to talk about my mom, talk about who I am, what I'm really after, what I'm gonna go after, and it was just crazy. It was just amazing because I had eyes on me. As soon as that came up, from my family, everybody, from my relatives, friends, family, they saw me on TV. They were just so proud, yo, you actually made it on TV. You're actually making it out here. And I was just so happy. I actually balled out. Again, I'm a softie a little bit. I'm still rough. But I cried it out because I never really thought I would actually be on national TV. I really haven't, because there's so many millions of people out here they could have filmed, and they still do. But it's just the fact that I got myself out there because of my hard work and believing in God and believing in my mom's words and believing in y'all in general on social media. It really just put a toll on me. You can really make it, Shaquan. You just gotta keep pushing. That's all you gotta do, and that's the type of mindset I got right now. I'm on a podcast with not podcast, but
You're
video
talking,
with,
yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, we do video and audio, dog. You'll be everywhere.
Let me stop. All right, but again, I'm on a podcast with Travis Wong. Bro, you inspired me off of tricking as well. I've seen your videos and stuff back in 2017, 18 when you literally just made Jam and everything, or that old one, I guess.
White Lotus, yeah, White Lotus.
Yeah. Back then, I seen y'all tricking it down, and that's what inspired me as well. So it's just the fact, at the age I am right now, and I'm able to talk to you. That's freaking amazing. Again, that's opportunities. I don't just take any opportunity for granted. I keep it going with Kelly Clarkson. You, somebody else want to do that, I take it up because it adds up to my rep. It adds to my resume, and it's just a blessing. So I thank y'all. I thank my mom. I think about God as well. I thank him for getting me to where I am now. So if I can get on Ellen next or something else, oh yeah, you already know I made it. That's it, dog.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so again, I'm waiting for those days. I'm really patient about it.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool, man. You got to just put it out there in the universe, but you also have to take active steps to pursue things, and you're taking a chance on yourself right now. It's something that a lot of people don't do, either because they're fearful of it not working out or they're self-conscious, but it takes a lot to put yourself on public platforms to be judged and also praised, and you're seeing the benefits of it as well and stuff right now, so it's cool, man.
Yeah, sir, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. And so now, with that being said, you're going to school right now. Do you actually have goals of obtaining a degree, or what are you studying, or are you just kind of doing that right now because it's kind of that next stage in your life that you're just checking off the list?
One, next stage of my life, and two, I'm actually studying in kinesiology, trying to become, another step into becoming a physical therapist. So that's another thing I want to try to do as well.
That's cool, man. I've actually, myself, have gotten really fascinated with physical therapy because of how many times I've had to go. And I'm actually in talks with a stunt guy, friend of mine, about opening a physical therapy spot in the future. So
That's
Oh
dope.
yeah, when I was getting hurt in football, I didn't know how the physical therapy was able to fix me up.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I hurt my ankle that bad. You can fix that? Appreciate it.
Yes, 100. And now this one's not like a major thing, but I just always wanted to ask it because I feel like these are questions that fans and followers will want to know, which is what was it that made you officially change your Instagram name after all these years?
Yeah.
You knew I was gonna ask, bro. I had to ask.
Well, one thing for sure, I love Jesus is my blessing. Don't get me wrong. Totally cool. But it's just for me, and I want everyone to respect this. If not, just hear me out. But I wanted to portray my name. I want my name to be out there a little bit much more than that. Because, Jesus is my blessing. All right, cool. That's cool and all, but like, everyone's not really going to read my bio. Maybe they're just going to read the name, be like, oh, what's his name? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to actually put myself out there. And that's another thing that actually helped me get verified on TikTok a little bit. If I had my name on there, because again, like when Chad Boseman, rest in peace him, love him. When I had Black Panther on my thing, everyone was like, oh, you're not the real Black Panther. Oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to do that. So everyone was coming at me left and right. So I was like, okay, cool. But like, again, it was time for me to put myself out there, put my name out there. Like, how Bailey Payne has his and other stuff. But like, I'm not trying to copy them. It's just that I wanted my image. I want everyone to know who Shaquan Parson really is. Not just a Black Panther, not just a Power Ranger, not just the guy that just does the flips when I'm like and all that, but like my name in general.
Yes, I think it's a smart business plan, man. I tell people that all the time when they have these crazy usernames that's hard to spell or look up. It's like people can't find you,
People told me about that too, and like it was just hard told because like, oh my god, I'm really about to change my name, but like I know it's good. I know it was best for me to do that and portray my name now as that because again, like not everyone's gonna know who Jesus my blessing is or who my name. They actually want to know who my name is. Say for instance, when I get into acting, or if I get into a big role or in stunts or whatnot, even in acting, they're not gonna just know. They're not gonna know. Jesus is my blessing. They're gonna know who Shaquan Parson is. That's how I want to portray myself. I want to portray my name now. It's time for me to put my name out there. Be successful off of that. Not just this, but my full name. Know who I am. Get to know me.
Yes.
Okay?
100. It's your brand at this point, man. No, that makes a lot of sense, man. And along the lines of like, changing your Instagram handle and your username to your name, I know one of the things that's always remained in your profile and in your bio is a shout out to your mom. And obviously you've kind of like alluded to her like over the course of this episode, and I know I got to hear you talk about it on Kelly's show. You don't have to delve into it too deep right now, but I just wanted to just ask you, how she continues to like serve as inspiration within your life, and if obviously everything you're doing right now seems to be for yourself, but obviously it seems to be a good part of it is for her as well.
One thing for sure, I have a personality. I'm always goofy. I'm always funny. Like I know, like that's my personality. I've always been raised by. Again, like I take personality from my mom and my dad. Put it all together and just become who I want to become. And like, again, my mom was the biggest inspiration in my life from tricking. It's just that, when she died in 2017, she wasn't there for the football game. Because that's when I started my freshman year. That's when, everything just blew up. I hit a big depression stage. I hit literally trying to put myself like, there was some times like I didn't even trick for months. I didn't trick for days. I didn't talk to nobody. That's how bad it was. And, I had to really self-care myself. I had to really come to God for whatever I had to say and put myself out there. Like I had to push. Like my mom would never want me to just be depressed and sad off of the small stuff, even when she died, because she always told me she wasn't gonna live forever. But I didn't know it was gonna be so soon at the age of 17. And again, I really wanted for everything that I'm doing right now, I'm doing for her. Yeah. That's one thing. Everything that I do, every right decision that I make is for her. All wrong decisions get the fuck out. Yeah. Oop, get the my bad. Yeah, I really put myself in that mindset. Like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this for my mom. I'm gonna do not just for me, not just for her, but me in general. You know, I don't want to let people down. I don't want to let the trick community down. I don't want to let my family down. I don't want to let my dad down because I know he's working his butt off to, you know, get me to where I am as well, from acting to this. Like, I find sources, we're trying to do this, we're trying to connect. You know, I'm connected with you now. So again, thank you. And, you know, just meeting these, you know, incredible people. And like, you know, my mom was always she was always a mom to everybody. You know, she was always thankful. She was always modest. She was always like, you know, helpful for anybody. Like, say for instance, you need $1, you need this, you need that, she got you or whatnot. And that's how I want to portray myself. But like, 2021, it's really hard to trust people now. At this, like, I keep my circle a little bit small, but you know, trying to portray, like, again, like, I don't want to be a heartless person. I can never be heartless. I can never do that. From a breakup to, you know, my friends and whatnot, they did me wrong. You know, I'll let them come back, but I won't forget what they did, type thing. So I just put myself in that mindset. Okay, still be honest, be humble about it. Everything that you do, every blessing is for a reason. So again, my mom is a big, like, inspiration to me, and I tell everybody about her story so they know, like, she made me in her image. I'm going forward with it.
Amazing, man. I think she's got a lot to be proud of, man, and obviously her legacy will continue to live on through you and everything that you're achieving. And you know, it's really cool to see someone that's doing stuff obviously for themselves, but for a bigger purpose too. You know, a lot of people in this day and age do things for fame, and they do things for money, and they do things for clout and followers. But you know, one thing that has remained true is I know that you've always been doing things for her. So, you know, mad respect for that, man. Hell yes. And so with that being said, man, I'm really curious about this because we've obviously talked about everything you've accomplished and you got going on, and we kind of talked about the goals that you have for yourself in being an actor and trying to pursue all these things. But where do you personally see yourself 5 years from now, and where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Okay. One thing for sure, I see myself on the red carpet as a successful actor, Dancing with the Stars, you know, becoming a successful tricker, of course, you know, not able to hit the biggest tricks, but being successful, actually putting the sport on the map, finally, actually. And, you know, one thing for sure, helping my dad pay off the house, helping my family out, doing what I got to do. That's the mindset. You know, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler for what I got to go after. But in a good way, not the bad thing. But I see myself as a millionaire. You know, I know Trevor won't be a millionaire one day.
We try. We all trying, right? Yep.
Of course, yes. And I see myself as an entrepreneur. You know, investor. I just see myself making a difference for not just in Atlanta, but everywhere around the world.
That's cool, man. That's amazing. And definitely with someone like yourself that's starting to, you know, continue to grow their platform and have a reach to so many people, it's reassuring to hear that you have, like, you know, the right intentions and the right goals behind yourself, you know. So much respect and, you know, many wishes for the best for you in the future, man. I can't wait to see what happens to you in your career in the next few years.
I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
So, yo, before we get out of here, man, can you just let people know where they can continue to follow you if they're not already following you? Let them know how they can stay up to date with Shaquan online, and let them know how they can, you know, continue to keep up with the journey.
All right, I'm gonna hit my famous, like, you know, intro real quick. What's good? It's your boy Shaquan Parson. We back at it again. This time we got Travis Wong. You know, successful as heck. You know, cool. My IG handle is. Actually, let me make sure.
That's the best part ever.
I don't want to get the wrong way.
Imagine. I'll make sure that I put it on the screen correctly, so yeah.
All right, so my IG handle is official Shaquan Parson, and for TikTok, all you have to put is the official Shaquan Parson. Good, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I noticed that myself when I was researching you. I was like, I got to make sure I put the on the TikTok.
Yeah, of course. If you can't, just put in Shaquan Parson. I'm pretty sure my name gonna come up.
That's amazing, man. Well, yo, again, more than anything, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and share a little bit of your story, your insight, and more than anything, I can attest to the fact that, like, even with all this newfound success, you've always been the same super chill, super humble person, always supportive. You've always responded to my messages. I mean, if you turn your shoulder to the right, you got one of my hoodies on your chair right there next to you, like.
Hey, I love this, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, when I go on the UPS. It be cold, warm.
I appreciate that, man. But more than anything, like I said, man, it's just it's a really cool sign of respect, and I appreciate all the endless support. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future brings for you, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Yo, guys, with that being said, please be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe for brand new episodes each and every week. Join us every Monday for Jam Breakdowns and every Friday for brand new JAMCast, interviewing influential members of the movement community like Mr. Shaquan Parson himself. So with that being said, guys, I give one more very special shout out. Yo, thanks for coming through, Shaquan. I really appreciate it.
It's an honor to be on this podcast with you, Travis. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, man. And as always, guys, coming through, I'm your host, Travis Wong. Thanks for joining us here on another JAMCast. Until next time, we'll see you all soon.
Peace.
All right, y'all.